One Zambia, One Nation, and thanks for joining us on Zanis News. To read, I'm Juliet Mutale. The headlines: pace at which councils are implementing CDF worries government. Stakeholders urge to work together to halt anthrax. Over 1,000 married couples in the public service reunited. Plus, government calls for enhanced inclusiveness of pupils living with disabilities in sports. Zanis News in detail. Government has expressed concern with the pace at which some councils are implementing the constituency development funds in the country. Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Nicholas Piri, who is in Northern Province, was displeased to discover that Chilubi Town Council has so far only commissioned 3 projects from the 2021 CDF. Details in this report by Helen Walia.
As at the end of October 2023, Chilubi Town Council has only managed to commission 3 projects under the 2021 Constituency Development Fund CDF. And out of 39 projects earmarked for 2022, only 11 have been completed. Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary Technical Services Nicholas Piri, who is visiting selected councils in Northern Province, has expressed concern at the pace at which Chilubi Town Council is utilizing the CDF.
Progress of the CDF under Chilubi Town Council is a source of concern to government. As we speak today, the 26th of October 2023, the council has only managed to commission 3 projects from 2021.
The Permanent Secretary made an earnest appeal to all principal officers in local authorities countrywide.
And this is why we imposed a 60-day travel ban on all principal officers and their directors, so that they can dedicate time to government projects within their areas. And I must say that if this scenario does not change, we find that local authorities, principal officers hardly spend time in their offices. I'm afraid we are going to extend the ban.
And Chilubi District Commissioner said the slow utilization of CDF is depriving the citizens of the much-needed development.
And if we deny the people of Chilubi the development that they deserve, it simply means that we are taking our country back.
Bernard Mpondo is Northern Province Permanent Secretary.
This money for CDF is not for politics. It's meant to try and pull out of the vulnerable peoples and groups of Chilubi out of poverty.
Helen Walia for Zanis in Chilubi District, Northern Province.
In a related development, government has officially handed over about 2.1 million kwacha to beneficiaries under the Constituency Development Fund CDF Empowerment in Shiwangandu District, Muchinga Province. In Shiwangandu District, and Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule handed over the checks to 54 groups. Here is the rest of the story by Henry Lumpa Jr.
Constructed under the 2022 Constituency Development Fund CDF in a bid to improve and develop education infrastructure by government, this is the new Mukanda Primary School, 1x2 classroom block equipped with desks and ready for handover among other projects in the district. Speaking during the official handover of this project by Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule, who was represented by the District Commissioner, the PS stated the importance of education infrastructure through CDF.
I am confident that pupils of these 3 schools will make full use of these new facilities to improve their education and contribute to the nation's progress by achieving full and productive lives in the future. This handover ceremony comes at a perfect time, as the school will use the classroom block during exams and as storage for exam papers.
And the mayor's office, which was also represented, explained on the positive impact that the facility will bring.
With the introduction of structures such as this one, I am confident that we will see a lot more children attending classes, and we expect a significant reduction of early marriages in our community.
Learners, parents, teachers and guardians have further appreciated this development.
I tukwabula okufiirwamu batwalirire fye yine emirimu balebomba mukoine ifo beneta twakaneke twakula twalirira kufye pacho batweba.
This new infrastructure is the first ever facelift that the school has seen since it started as a community school in 1998. Henry Lopa Jr., Zanis in Chisali, Muchinga Province.
Provincial Minister Credo Nanjua has called on stakeholders in the province to work together to halt the spread of anthrax, which has broken in Sinazongwe district. Mr. Nanjua says there is need for more collaboration among stakeholders in order to mobilize resources required in the fight against anthrax. Here is the rest of the story. The Minister of Water Development and Sanitation, Mike Mposha, has urged Kafue Water and Sanitation Company in Ndola to repair all the old infrastructure to accommodate all expected high volume of water from the Kafue Water Project. Mr. Mposha said this at the launch of the Kafue Water and Sanitation Company Strategic Plan for 2023-2027. Here are the details.
The multi-million Kwacha Kafue Dam Water Project in Masaiti District has started filling up with water in readiness for the completion of the project by the end of December this year. The project, which is almost complete, is meant to improve the water supply to Mpongo District, Masaiti, Ransha, and Ndola.
I'm happy that at a stage where we are now, we are extremely hopeful that in the next few months we should be able to come and finalize and hopefully switch on the taps, so that or the valves, as it were, so that we can begin to supply enough water to Mpongwe, Masaiti, Luansha district, as well as Ndola. So the significance of this project is that it will improve the amount of water we'll be supplying to the said districts, to the 4 districts.
Minister also toured the mid-pump station, where works are at 85% and the Chinese contractor is only remaining with minor works.
Indeed, this project will really change the people's lives in terms of, as far as water supply is concerned. I just want to urge the contractors, I want to urge management of Kafue Water to ensure that we stick to the timelines. We agreed that by 31st December we should be able to finalize this project and prepare for the commissioning. So I hope that we'll stick to the timelines. And really, once again, I'm very, very delighted, very impressed to see the amount of work which has gone in at the pump station, the 2 pump stations, but also here at the dam. I think
Kafue Water Managing Director is happy that the water problems affecting the people in the 4 districts will be addressed.
For our customers, basically, is the customer-centeredness. So customers at the center of whatever we do. So service delivery is something that we need to improve on. And in this case, we've had some areas where the service in terms of supply hours hasn't been that good. We are supposed to supply all our customers 24 hours. So in some areas, it's below that. So this dam, it gives us hope that we are going to meet that target in terms of improved hours of supply. So I can assure the residents and our customers that they will have more hours of supply. And also it's good for the institution. We have customers that are satisfied. We believe that with that, they'll be able to pay us and the company will be able to operate effectively.
The Kafue Water Project is a game changer in answering the water problems that have been affecting the people in Ndola, Ransha, Masaiti, and Mpongwe district. Tovini Ngombe, Zanis, Masaiti.
Acting Secretary to Cabinet Oliver Kalabo has revealed that a total of 1,427 married couples working in different geographical areas in the public service have been reunited. Dr. Kalabo says this is out of the 5,672 transfer applications that the Civil Service Commission has received so far. He has also explained that in the Zambia Correctional Service, all applications that the Civil Service Commission has received were handled, followed by the Police Service Commission that recorded 92% couple reunions out of the 218 applications. Dr. Kalabo has since urged applicants to exercise patience as the service commissions have continued attending to the remaining 4,245 applicants. Speaking during a press briefing in Lusaka, Dr. Kalabo revealed that a number of challenges encountered in the processing of transfer requests, indicating that most applicants prefer to be transferred to urban areas where most structures have reached full staff capacity. Meanwhile, Local Government Commission Chairperson Axon Sijani stated that the staff audit exercise has continued in all the local authorities.
Following the presidential directive in December 2021 that married couples working within the public service, judiciary, and local government services should not be separated on the account of transfers, Cabinet Office issued a circular number 5391 dated 11th January 2022, whose content was brought to the attention of the public servants in ministries, provinces, and spending agencies. I wish to inform the nation that since the pronouncement of the directive referred to above, a total of 5,672 applications from employees in the public service, judiciary, and local government service have been received. And as at 3rd September 2023, a total number of 1,427 requests were processed, representing a 25% application processed. It is important to note that the service commissions have continued working on the remaining 4,245 applications to ensure that they are processed and concluded. However, it should be noted that there have been a number of challenges in the processing of transfer requests, as most of the applicants prefer to move from the rural areas to the urban areas. And unfortunately, the positions in the urban areas are not enough to accommodate the request.
The Ministry of Health has launched the 2022-2026 Cancer Control Strategic Plan as part of government's commitment to expand cancer prevention and control. Acting Permanent Secretary for Administration, Dr. John Kachimba, unveiled the strategic plan on behalf of the Minister of Health, Sylvia Masebo, at a ceremony held at Chilonga Mission Hospital in Pika yesterday. Details in this report.
As part of its commitment to expand cancer prevention and control in the country, Ministry of Health has launched the National Cancer Control Strategic Plan. Ministry of Health Acting Permanent Secretary Administration, Dr. John Kachimba, launched the plan on behalf of the Minister of Health, Sylvia Masebo, at Chilonga Mission General Hospital in Pika District. The plan has prioritized the control of breast, prostate, and childhood cancers, as well as the elimination of cervical cancer.
The Ministry of Health has completed the second National Cancer Control Strategic Plan that will see us up to 2026. And today we are launching this plan. The Ministry of Health recognizes the need to control cancer using the primary health care approach.
Muchinga Province Health Director highlights the challenges people face to access cancer services.
As you see those patients, cancer patients float in your hospital, just look at the mileage that they cover. As you think of giving them an appointment, please consider them. These people are really a good rate of challenges just to access definitive treatment at our tertiary institution. But also, we are affirming the fact that as a ministry, if we are going to achieve any meaningful control in cancer control, early diagnosis is the way to go.
Cancer survivor Monde Mlenga has encouraged citizens to go for cancer screening.
wabangirira wabutukira ku kipatala ukapola ububulwere kama wabangirira notukuya kunganga ku kipatala pechapwa ekwakuya ndapa ukushirinkishepe mu mubiri muri.
Peggy Gutinyu for Zanis in Mpika, Muchinga Province.
We move to Western Province. Mongo District Commissioner Morgan Akabeswa has urged mothers to ensure that their children are vaccinated against polio, as it is imperative for them to be protected against the deadly disease.
Over 65,000 children between the ages of 0 to 8 are expected to be vaccinated against polio disease during the 4th round of the National Polio Vaccination Campaign in Mongo District of Western Province. The National Polio Campaign, which kicked off in Imbowa Village on October 26, 2023, will run through to 31st October 2023. The vaccination campaign is being conducted on a door-to-door basis, as well as in public places such as markets, churches and schools.
So we are repeating these doses to the children so that we increase on the protection that they have. As you may be aware, some surrounding countries did record polio cases, and some environmental samples in the country also did confirm the polio cases. So we are trying to prevent our children from contracting this disease.
And Mongo District Commissioner Morgan Akabeswa has urged mothers in Western Province to ensure that their children are vaccinated against the deadly disease, which can leave children paralyzed for life.
Polio imaswe kakuli mana ifinisaini mwana mkamwana inga zama amkayo lita asa kona kweza kuzama paralyzed mino naye seiya kusiri choy alusire zenbanana kuli kamso luveni bukamso bobunde mwana ya Zambia mo kuli Zambia isiale berubiza kuli ma future leaders nji.
Mothers are elated with the development and praise government for looking into the welfare of children in order for them to grow into healthy adults. Polio is a dangerous and infectious disease that can cause lifelong paralysis of legs and hands and may lead to death. Currently, there is no cure for polio, and vaccination is said to be the only way to protect children. Prudence Mulenga, Zanis, Mongo, Western Province.
Now, Senga Hill District Health Office has devised strategies such as door-to-door visits in the ongoing polio vaccination exercise to ensure that no child is left out. Namsokwe Bwembia says reports that the Ministry of Health, which launched round 4 of the polio vaccination exercise, remains committed to preventing the potential spread of polio type 2 in the area following the confirmed case in Pulungu district.
The Ministry of Health in Senga Hill District has kicked off round 4 of the polio vaccination exercise with a call for everyone to join hands in the fight against the deadly disease.
Tusininkanyo kwe bati kwene chilanganda mumuli antu yalingira nokupelwa hii polio yafuile ya chitauli yafuile ya pelwa ichumi twapapata nga mwachi mulolo wale wako polio usipoziwa umuntu nga walwala nisichasila.
The district health office says all is set for the program.
For us to have development in our country, we have to support the vision of the government. So the government needs us to implement as Ministry of Health this campaign and even to do the actual vaccination, whereby we know that each and every citizen of Zambia will receive this wholeheartedly without any criticism.
The district administration was on hand to launch the program.
The success of this campaign will depend on the collaborative efforts of stakeholders in all spheres of society. In this regard, I call upon all community leaders, including traditional, religious, and civic leaders, to support and champion this campaign through advocacy and sensitization because children are the future of this country.
Reporting for Zanis, Namsokwe Bwimbia.
The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, has started the disbursement of relief goods to over 50 families affected by a hailstorm that hit Vubwi district recently. As a rapid response, the unit has distributed about 40 tents and 51 by 25 bags of meal to victims in the area. Davison Sakala has more in this report.
Houses reduced to rubble, government facilities razed to the ground, and families left in despair after a vicious hailstorm swept through Vubwi district. However, the government, through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, quickly responded. The people were appreciative to the government for the prompt response. Davison Sakala, for Zanis, in Vubwi district.
Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Chipoka Mlenga, has noted that education is the most powerful weapon that can be used to transform the country. Mr. Mlenga says this is the reason government has prioritized the education sector, as evidenced through the free education policy. Mr. Mlenga, who is also Chingola Member of Parliament, said this when he officially opened the United Kingdom Traveling Alumni Association of Zambia annual general meeting held in Lusaka. Speaking at the same event, British High Commissioner to Zambia, Nicholas Woolley, says education should be placed as a priority if the country is to grow. Mr. Woolley says the UK and the Zambian government have been complementing each other in as far as education sector is concerned. He added that over 7,000 young people in Zambia have acquired first-notch education skills from the UK, adding that once they graduate, they will come back and share the knowledge. And Traveling Alumni Association of Zambia President Kabanda Lopa says entrepreneurship has potential to drive the country's economy.
Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. It is from these words that I strongly believe that even the president of this country has continued to build on his vision to transform this country. However smart we can be, if we lack education, we will never transform Zambia into what we want it to be. It is the more reason why he has now given an opportunity to our brothers, our sisters, our nephews, nieces, to have education. As we are trying to rebuild the fortunes of our economy, not everyone can afford to send children to private school, let alone to government schools, because of exam fees, user fees, and the rest of them. So to make them have an opportunity like you and I have, we have decided to provide free education.
The education partnership that we enjoy between our two nations extends to many different fields, too many to list off here, but whether that's our leading universities here in Zambia and in the UK collaborating on important research and development, through to universities in the UK or here in Zambia exchanging young people to work in communities across our two nations. Those links and bonds are forged for a lifetime, and of course, as all of you as ex-chieftains will know, that really does mean a lifetime. And chieftain, of course, is a central component to that.
Entrepreneurial leadership, ladies and gentlemen, is one such model. Interestingly, entrepreneurial leadership is defined as a mindset. It is a mindset that focuses organizations on turning problems into opportunities that create economic and social value. We see that entrepreneurial leaders stand out because they don't only analyze situations, they take action, they solve problems, they create value. Entrepreneurial leaders have an increased capacity to recognize and
Kalumbi Multipurpose Cooperative in Shuangandu District, Muchinga Province, has won a tender to construct a 1x3 classroom block at Chumbu Primary School using the Constituency Development Fund. Cooperative Secretary Martin Mlenga thanked government for considering cooperatives, saying this has resulted into employment opportunities for many youths in the area. Wupes Sendwe gives us more details in this report.
Government has made it clear for the majority of Zambians to be involved fully in the economic and social development of the country. And formation of cooperatives is seen to be a strategic way of assisting citizens to venture into economic activities through empowerment programs. One such cooperative that has benefited from government empowerment is Kalumbi Multipurpose Cooperative in Shuangandu District of Muchinga Province, which has secured a tender to construct a 1x3 classroom block at Chumbu Primary School.
Wale mwana pali ya pa 1x3 classroom block nifobe netulekola nga ba cooperative twapokere kuri ba council mukwaye eba chitira advertise ya matenda ero twawina konga cooperative kwisa kule skuli nechikala sana echo twamina kunga cooperative kufusha inchito kuba nensu imisepero kufunya inchito kuba nensu kutila na obale kwata kumwe fya kuchita.
Since you know most cooperatives are not so much into building, so they wanted us to work together so that we make sure that we deliver a very quality job.
And Minister of Small and Medium Enterprise Development, Elias Mubanga, who recently visited the district, was impressed with the quality of works by local contractors who are working on government projects.
And when I talk about artisanal in this country, that we must enhance, that sector. These the plumbers, the bricklayers, look at the fabrication works. As an engineer, I can tell this is good. And this is in Shuangandu in the rural, district. That's good. That's what we want.
Earlier, Shuangandu Council Secretary explains the scope of works at Mungulube Health Post in Kalebe Ward, which is being constructed by locals and funded under the Constituency Development Fund.
The project comes like a package. It has a house, a staff house. It has a structure for the building. It also has an ablution block. 1,500,088 kwacha. That is to complete the project.
And Kalebe Ward residents could not hold their joy on the development.
Totela mweba fyashi bandi mwatuletere chipatala pa uyanta nchipano pa Mungulube wesunga mwatuletera ne amanda abaticha mwatuletera ne skulu twale chura limbi walwala obushikuzilo wanu era nomba panganda tapa banenjinga pa bafyaka sasa wabusha bashikulu bantu bakuti bakatakatake mwayamba nomba okwenda ono nomba distance iri pano okufuma perondola 20 kilometers 80.
Beautiful development there. Now, the Ministry of Agriculture Permanent Secretary for Administration, Yvonne Mpundu, has commended the Zambia Correctional Service for incorporating inmates in the Agriculture Skills Training Transfer Program. Mrs. Mpundu said this when she officiated at the first ever graduation ceremony, which also included inmates at the Zambia Center for Horticulture Training in Lufwanyama District. Agrippa Silumba has more in this report.
Government has continued to promote agriculture-related skills transfer as a sure way through which many citizens can participate in the national economy. On the Copperbelt province, government has extended agricultural training to inmates from various correctional facilities who participated in horticultural training at Lufwanyama's Horticulture Center. Minister of Agriculture Permanent Secretary is happy to officiate the first ever graduation ceremony where inmates also graduated in absentia for security reasons.
Out of the 62 graduates graduating today, 40 are inmates and 22 are from the community. I wish to thank the Zambia Correctional Service for extending the agriculture training to the inmates. This is a great achievement which should not only be restricted to the Copperbelt region, but should be extended to all the other regions across the country.
Using these skills acquired, the inmate will be able to start their own projects
business or get employed into already established business entities to better their lives and establish themselves well into society and be able to contribute effectively to the growth of our country's economy.
Agricultural skills has potential to change the country's economic landscape if well utilized.
I wish to encourage you to create employment by practicing what you have learned. The best employment is self-employment. Go out there and start your own business. Take advantage of the empowerments being given by the new Dawn government through the CDF.
Knowledge and skills acquired will be put into good use for the betterment of our farmers and the nation.
Reporting, I'm Agrippa Slumboy, Province.
Now, Southern Province Education Officer Grace Muya has called for enhanced inclusiveness of pupils living with disability in sports activities. Ms. Muya says inclusive education for differently abled children is a Ministry of Education policy, hence the need for parents and teachers to encourage pupils to take part in sports activities. Details in this report.
These are 17 trophies that Southern Province won in different categories for both the National Schools, Arts Association of Zambia, NASAS, and ball games competition held in Lusaka and Livingstone respectively.
Madam, this is your effort. It means you successfully hosted this event in terms of schools, sports, ball and racket games.
For ball games, we scooped the first position. We beat all the other 9 provinces in Livingstone as Southern Province. In National Schools, Arts and Association, NASAS, in Lusaka at Relay Secondary School, we scooped the 3rd position.
The Provincial Education Officer, Grace Muya, who was present during the competition in Livingstone, is elated with this achievement.
This one, it was tense. It was tense. Yes. Yeah, but our pupils and our teachers, I think you teachers, the coaches, the mentors, you worked so hard. Congratulations, Southern Province, for putting up a good fight.
Simon Perry, a visually impaired pupil of St. Murumba, scooped the best position in classical music.
It's because by the grace of God, that's why I'm very happy.
Our school represented Southern Province. We did very well. We have, I think, one prominent child who was playing a keyboard, a primary school child, and the child became the best in the country.
Out of 17 trophies won by the province, St. Murumba Special School won 9 trophies, and the Provincial Education Officer wants inclusive education enhanced.
Inclusive education, there's no child that is supposed to be left out in spite of their disability. All of them are our children.
Costa Kimudenda, Zanis, in Joma District, Southern Province.
And finally, Chadiza Member of Parliament Jonathan Daka has sponsored a football tournament by supporting teams in Naviluri Ward with finances and football jerseys. Here are the details.
Hundreds of people gathered in Naviluri Ward at the main ground, chanting and hululating at the match that was taking place.
What I'm sponsoring, first of all, there's a total prize of 10,000 kwacha, the whole tournament in monetary form. Then the first prize, number 1 to 4, each team for the in the main category, they are getting a set of jersey. And the first prize on the side of men, well, the first prize is 1,200.
Here, the sports team faces some challenges.
kushero chako makirabu domwe na yamata umwe wao ngasinthe ngamapizo kanga chepe
zomwe nilufuna kwenikweni lufuna masupporters yakuti mwina watithandizira maplayer kuno aliko chabwino bola but wasowa masupporters yakuti masupporters yakuti mwina awatengeko wajawa waikeko mtimu inangu yakuti mwina azichako kuma district or waendako kuma chani ku national level.
Sports is one way of deterring many from illicit activities.
So what I'm doing is to make sure that we keep these youths that are unemployed busy from unscrupulous activities or unwanted activities like drunkenness, involving themselves in illicit activities that can lead into so many things out there which are bad.
Masera haya natukuza nayo chifuka chakuti ahona lebo watu auchita masera ya buno ngapo sadekele pamwe apa yayi afuna kupitiliza chifuka nchani masera abola masera ya buno ngako.
Jubel Zulu, Zanis, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
That sporting item concludes Zanis News, but before we go, let's recap on the headlines. Pace at which councils are implementing CDF worries government. Stakeholders urge to work together to halt anthrax. Over 1,000 married couples in the public service reunited. Plus, government calls for enhanced inclusiveness of pupils living with disabilities in sports. Thank you so much for staying with us. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, my name is Juliet Ntele saying bye-bye and God bless.